Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you're having an amazing day. So welcome to another video, and in this video I will show you how to install macOS Big Sur on any laptop with everything working including touchscreen. So let's get started. Well, the first thing what you have to do is you need to go to olorilla.com and download macOS Big Sur image. We have two images currently, which is Big Sur 11.0.1, the stable version, as well as we have 11.1 beta 1 for the new version. So you can download from here, as Meldon has provided Fire link as well, Google Drive link as well, and Mediafire link as well, and torrent as well. So it's up to you from where you want to download. I prefer Mediafire because it is the full full file, as this the first one is the 11.1 beta 1. Once you download that, what you need is you need to download Balena Etcher, either on Windows or if you are on Mac. So let's say if you're on Windows, you need to download Balena Etcher, and then you need to extract this file through 7-zip. Once you've done that, just open Balena Etcher, select the extracted image, and select your USB. Your USB should be 16 GB or 32 GB, and then install, and then run it or burn it. So it will take around 45 minutes, depends on your USB speed. Once you've done that, in the meantime, what you can do is you can download Propertree plist editor for Windows. So Propertree here, if you go to this GIT hub, it's mentioned how to install Propertree on Windows. So just follow that, you can able to install it. And then you need to download OpenCore 0.6.3, the latest version, which is a stable version. So just download it, and once you download, you will have your OpenCore folder like this here. So this is your OpenCore folder, and you will find your plist here in the docs. This is config.plist, it will be sample.plist, and then you will have x64, and then you have your EFI here, and then this is the folder. There will be no plist, but you will have this folder. So how you will get ACPI, I will tell you. So once you go there, you need to open Dortania guide for laptops. Once you are here, you can just put Intel laptop config plist. You have to follow each and everything, how to add these SSDTs. These are for the batteries, for for your CPU power and everything. They are very, very essential for your for your laptop. So you need to download. If you see my plist, this is my plist. So let me zoom it. This is my plist. If you see, I have added SSDT Dortania, then SSDT EC laptop because it's for the laptop, SSDT IMEI, SSDT XOSI, AWAC, PNLF, and SSDT Olorilla. These are the 6 SSDTs which I have added by downloading files from and following this guide. So it's an easy guide. It's not it's not very hard. Once you've done that, you need to download you need to put each and everything. I have added the quirks as well. My kernels these are my kext. If you see, my kext are almost 27. All the kex are there. Maybe 28 I have. Yes, 28 I have. So all the kex are there, including I'll show you. So I have all the kex, including Lilu, including Virtual SMC. This is for for the Voodoo Touch, is for the touch screen. My laptop has a touch screen, so I have added the the codec for the touch screen. I have added for sound, keyboard, and every kex is there. So whatever the kex, if you want to follow my playlist, I will upload my playlist in the comment section. Just download and follow my playlist if you want to follow this. Otherwise, the best is you need to follow this Dortania guide. Then download Gens SMBIOS as well. Okay, if you are on Windows, you need to download Clover Configurator to, just to update. Or what you can do is, when you burn an image, let's say you download already the image, you will have the built-in EFI. You can install Mac OS by using this EFI. In that EFI, your keyboard or your trackpad will not work. You need to use any external keyboard. Once you've done that, after, like, when you are on the system, you want to update your SMBIOS, you can do once you are onto the Mac. That's the best thing. I'm suggesting it. As you can see, I have all the EFI and all the CACs are injected. And the two things in the driver section, you need to add HFS plus and Open Runtime EFI. I will show you the EFI which I have made. This is the EFI, the final EFI, and this is the Open Core. And then CACs drivers, you can see how many CACs I have. All the CACs for, including audio, including battery, including the keyboard, the touchpad, the trackpad, the touchscreen, everything is here. And I have added all the CACs. ACPIs are here, all of my ACPIs are here, the SSDTs, the drivers. I have only two drivers, Open Runtime and HFS plus. And this is it. This is your Open Core. Once you've done that, once you finish with the Open Core, let's say this is your EFI. Once you mount that, once you mount your Polarilla image, what you can do is you can go here, just copy, delete this, move to trash, and then paste it. Once you finish that, you need to paste your EFI folder here, and you can only do it once you install your macOS Big Sur. So this is my EFI folder, and you need to just to copy it on your EFI folder. That's it. Once you're done with this, in the next segment I will show you how to install macOS Big Sur through your EFI. So let's check it out. Well, when you restart your laptop, you have to press F12 and select your USB. Once you've done that, you will be rebooted to Open Core menu, and in Open Core menu you have to select installer of macOS Big Sur. Once you select that, you will see this screen. I just let it happen. It's rebooting and it's booting to the main installer. Once you are here, just select this utility and format or erase your drive, complete drive to APFS, and rename it Big Sur. And once you've done that, it will take around 5 minutes, depends on the speed of your hard drive. And once you've done that, just go to the main screen by closing this disk utility and select install macOS Big Sur. So as you can see, we have selected macOS Big Sur installer, and we are good to go, and we are installing macOS Big Sur. This installation will take around more than 20 to 25 minutes, depends on the speed of your hard drive. For me, it took around, let's say, 45 minutes because my hard drive was so slow. You just have to keep your patience, as well as your laptop should be connected to your power source, because it happens to me when I was installing for the first time. I forgot to plug my charger and my laptop turned off, and I have to reflash my BIOS and everything because it stuck. Well, this will take time, so you have to be patient, and your system may restart several times in this in this stage as well. So as you can see, my system restarted, and as I keep it, and now I will select Macintosh HD, the hard drive which is going to make. So once I did that, it will reboot. You will see verbose mode, and this verbose mode will take a lot of time. And now this is the installer. It is like the the moment of being patient, and you have to wait for around 45 minutes more to get your macOS installed. Your system will reboot multiple times, and you have to just wait here in less than a minute remaining away. And once it reboot, just leave it as it is, because it will do itself. And it will load. Maybe it will be the final. Yeah, it is the final reboot before the installation. So it will configure all the text and everything. So what you have to do is just to stay calm, and you can use your phone, you can play a game in this meantime, and there is no need for you to get panic. And once it's done, it will restart multiple times, and then you will have your this user setup screen. As this Apple logo appeared, and this screen, here it is. This is the the sign that your installation has been successful. So in the next screen, you have to set up your user account and user details. Just wait for the loading. So here you go, just select the country and whatever details are available you have to select. And as my laptop was not connected to the internet, so I haven't set up the internet or my Apple ID yet. So this is it. This is how you have to install, and this is how you can install your macOS Big Sur on any laptop. And in the next video, like just after this, I will show you that all the Wi-Fi as well as the touchscreen is working. So here you go, macOS Big Sur has been successfully installed. So let's check the system preferences. As you can see, it's successfully installed. So this is it, macOS Big Sur has been successfully installed. Here you can see that touchscreen is working on my macOS Big Sur, as my laptop is touchscreen enabled. So if you like the video, please thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more tutorials, and I hope you like the video. So thank you so much, and I hope you're having an amazing day.